Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Katarzyna RAGIN-SKORECKA. Today I would like to present the results of our study entitled Programming Skills as a Catalyst for Managerial Competence and Everyday Problem Solving. There are my agenda. Let's start. In today's rapidly changing business environment, technological competencies such as programming are becoming increasingly essential for improving efficiency, fostering innovation, and enhancing competitiveness. Within the framework of Industry 4, characterized by automation, data exchange, and smart technologies, programming skills have gained importance not only in technical professions, but also in management. Agile methodologies and algorithmic management show that logical and systematic thinking are crucial foundations for effective managerial decision making. Previous studies have mainly focused on students from STEM disciplines, showing that programming supports analytical and critical thinking. However, there is a clear research gap regarding management students. We still know little about how the students perceived the usefulness of programming, both for developing managerial competences and for solving everyday problems. This gap inspired our research and defined the main goal of our study. The main aim of our study was to explore how programming skills contribute to the development of managerial competences and how they can be applied to everyday problem solving. We wanted to identify which specific programming-related abilities, such as logical thinking, structured problem solving, and decomposing complex tasks, are perceived as the most valuable by students of management. Through this, we hoped to connect programming education with managerial development and with students' daily experience, bridging technical and non-technical domains. Understanding the relationship can help universities adapt their curricula to the needs of the modern labor market, combining technical and managerial skills. The results also provide valuable insights for management education, highlighting how programming fosters logical reasoning, precision, and data-driven decision-making. This contributes to preparing future managers who can operate effectively in a technology-intensive, data-driven business environment. In other words, programming may not only be a technical tool, it can become a cognitive instrument for better management. The research was carried out using a questionnaire survey among students of the Faculty of Management Engineering at Poznań University of Technology. We collected responses from 121 students, which represents around 10% of the total invited population. The questionnaire includes two key questions. First, to what extent do programming skills affect management skills? And second, how can programming skills be useful in everyday life? The survey was conducted online, participation was voluntary, and the study received formal approval from the university's ethics committee. For the first question, students rate the impact of programming on management competences using a 5-point scale, where 1 meant redundant and 5 meant key. For the second question, respondents could choose from a list of options such as logical thinking, abstract reasoning, breaking down complex problems, searching for optimal solution, and improving work efficiency. They could also provide their own comments or examples. This structure allowed us to collect both quantitative and qualitative insights. Our results show that programming skills are not widely perceived as directly enhancing management competences. Only 60% of respondents viewed programming as having a positive impact on management skills, and just 8% considered it essential. Interestingly, there were no significant differences between bachelor's and master's students. However, we believe that the lack of programming courses in most master's programs could explain the limited awareness of programming's potential managerial value. In contrast, students strongly recognize the value of programming for everyday problem solving. All respondents, that is 100%, identified logical thinking as the most important benefit of learning to program. They also emphasize structured problem solving and the ability to divide complex tasks into smaller steps as useful in daily life. More technical abilities such as understanding software life cycles or preparing prototypes were rated as less relevant outside of technical context. Overall, programming was perceived as a way to develop transferable cognitive skills applicable for beyond computer science. When compared with studies on STEM students, our findings show a different perspective. In STEM fields, programming is consistently seen as a core enabler of analytical and managerial capabilities. Among management students, however, programming remains underappreciated, mostly because it is rarely included in their formal education. At the same time, our results support the conclusion of Hebepchi and Topsakal, confirming that programming strengthens logical, abstract, and critical thinking. Therefore, integrating even basic programming elements into management programs could help students develop algorithmic thinking, evaluate competence in modern organization. In conclusion, our study shows that while programming is not yet fully recognized as a driver of managerial competence, it clearly provides significant cognitive and problem-solving benefits. Programming education develops logical reasoning, structured analysis, and systematic decision-making, all essential for effective management. We therefore recommend that universities integrate programming into management curricula, helping students connect technical thinking with strategic and organizational context. In the age of Industry 4.0, programming should be viewed not just as a technical ability, but as a cognitive tool for smarter management. Thank you very much for your attention.